Welcome back everyone to the finals of the KLING Valorant Cup. Today we have the two final teams, New Order and Lethal Esports Junior, finally duking it out to get their title for the winner of the KLING Valorant Cup. It's definitely going to be an intense best of 5 match. Let's see what goes on. First map is Ascent. One second. Apologies for what just happened. There was a small um, crash from one of the player sides. Let's restart. And as I was saying, uh, final cup, the final best of 5 match between New Order and Lethal Esports, definitely one for the books. We see New Order on the attacker's side here, and Lethal Esports, as usual, going for the defense first off. We see the Sky locked in and the Jet locked in from New Order, which has a lot of potential, to sort of make change to the way that these maps are played. Sky allowing easy entry, using ult, providing recon using a dog, and same with Jet and Race, is providing easy entry because they have so much movement to kind of clear area as well as scout and give just surface level info. Like, I saw Sova Market, or I saw Skydogging Amen. We see a breach, and as usual, a Killjoy and Astra lock-in, as well as a Sova and Jet from Lethal Esports. And yeah. Right, and we're off to a start. Right off the bat, let's see what the attackers are doing. Going for a typical B main push on the B down, and I think Lethal Esports is anticipating this. We can see their Killjoy player, Titus, pulling out the alarm bot, as well as just setting up entirely for lane to make sure that really no one gets into this area here near B main. And we can see Astra positioning herself near mid, just trying to make sure that, you know, when if there's any need for support, they can provide it. Right, and we start the round. Sova recon, Sova drone going in. Let's see the world through Sova's eyes. Nothing over there. Astra takes quite a bit of damage from the swamp grenade. New Order Chromes getting more hits. Doesn't realize that West Virginia is right near him. Gets him as well. Now down to a 2v5. This is not looking good for Lethal Esports, but it's fine. Sumit takes some damage from the bomb, but gets Chromes with the right click, one of the most overpowered weapons, or I should say weapon bullets. See, pull out over there, holding that area with a ghost. Take some shots, whiffs, but it's fine. It's just pistol round. New Order taking the first round and quite literally sweeping the competition. We see scrims going right on the bat for the Prime Vandal purchase, which could be very effective. Decides to sell it and goes for a better eco instead and buys a Sheriff.
Thanks. Need a drop.
We can also see that Lethal Order are not really anticipating a full-on B push. You can see the small push over here from the Jet player. Now they're slowly falling back, making sure to kind of check there. Neo Tree. Neochromes takes out Titus, and through the back we see all other remaining alive members of Lethal Order coming in. Neochromes get good for 2, good for 3, and Neo Scrim takes the ace from him. How disappointing. I think right now it'd be a good thing to just sort of take a look at how the eco is faring on the defender's side. Everyone is good for a full buy if I'm not wrong, which quite helps their situation, and New Order going in again for that just that simple buy, simple B rush, allowing them to have a lot of impact in a very short amount of time, so they don't have much area to cover. Titus just holds back the dog, going for the blind, and now we see the Sova drone come in. Genshi good for 1, being sucked in currently. I don't think they realize Mohita's on site, but they definitely got the memo now. Picks up the Phantom. Genshin good for 2 now. Gets Killjoy as well as Astra. You see the spamming coming in. New Order's Lino takes out Sumit, whereas Scrim gets taken out.
One enemy remaining.
And Genshi good for 4 this round. Well played, Genshi. And a timeout coming in from the defenders.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astro to play some stars.
Now that a timeout is coming in, it's time to re-evaluate their strategies, because it's quite obvious that Lethal Esports is not able to do the best defense that we have seen them do before. They completely sweep the competition while playing against now 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the round begins. Well, not the round, but a small gap between the round and the bye period. We now see Lethal Esports going for that B hold. I think it will be entertaining to see what these guys are capable of in this case. We see Sumit going for the stun, and Genshi going mid. I think they've realized that they're going for a B push. 3 players up mid, and Lethal Esports is good enough to know. Pullout gets 1. That was an amazing pick. However, not much impact being made. And pull out good for 2. Pull out gets taken out. Kapumba making all the impact in that round. Now down to a 2v2 where we have Titus and Mohit coming in from the back to kind of catch them off guard.
One enemy
One
remaining.
down.
Now down to a 2v1. It's all up to Lino to make all that impact. That is a very good recon out. Lino takes a peek out from the lane and gets taken out. First round for Lethal Esports on the board, 1-3. Well played from both teams. Definitely really hard to catch up on all that, but it happens. Now the eco on both sides looking great. New order, able to buy whatever they need. Same with Lethal Esports. Now that they're on even playing ground, it'd be entertaining to see how that Bucky really would make a difference, as well as that Hawk on both sides. Both two great guns to cause disturbance, and both guns that have caused disturbance both to the community as well as in rounds. So it'll be entertaining. Let's see West Virginia's perspective. As soon as the race is about to swing, we also see that little spam coming in from pullout. Lino takes out West Virginia and now down to a 4v5. Lino going in for that drone. He spots Sumit from it, but Mohit has remained undetected. Now a 3v3, so much goes
Covering it.
down. We see that Genshi and Pullout are at the same site, just unaware that both of them are there. Genshi good for 1. Pullout takes out Lino. Kapumba takes out
Down B.
Pullout, and now it's down to a 1v2.
Found one. You want to find it? Blinded.
Now Genshi good for 3, going in for the typical notebook play of blinding and just using that blind to kind of create some noise and make the opponent mauled. 4-1, and New Order is doing pretty good. They're off to a very good start on the attack, and I'm sure they will have it nailed down on defense, but we have seen what Lethal Esports is capable of on attack as well. They're capable of some amazing plays that are quite difficult to achieve, you know, but hey, it's VALORANT, anything is possible. Sumit go for that stun and just kind of tuck himself into that corner. Sumit tries to go for that right click, but gets taken out. Now both Sumit and Pullout kind of spotted because Chromes takes out Sumit. Pullout spotted by Chromes,
Player standing.
and now it's down to a 4v1. Although this was their eco, it was definitely worthwhile to keep an eye on what is going on. We see Titus take out Genshi, and we see Kapumba disconnected and reconnected. That was some quick electricity from Kapumba's side.
Right there.
And I think Titus is just playing it safe. You know, there's no one rushing in. It's all good. And just saving that Phantom, because we saw last round that this was the eco round for Lethal Esports. You know, didn't go too great, but hey, happens from time to time where you're not able to kind of use that eco round so well. Chrome's right there, holding that angle with the Sheriff, just making some noise, kind of trying to bait out Titus. Titus takes the bait, but also takes out Chromes. See Lino coming in from the spawn, and Titus setting up effectively for a push from spawn. Titus takes out Lino, And Kapumba could have gotten him, but no, a little too late. Now up 5-1, New Order doing pretty well. But now that the eco round is done, again, one to watch.
Placing swarm grenade.
Titus currently on the top of the leaderboard for his team, and Chrome's also on the top of the leaderboard for his team.
Placing swarm grenade.
And as we've seen New Order do countless times before, they're going for that B main push, but Lethal Esports is ready. So is New Order though. They are counter spamming each ability with more abilities, and you see Chrome coming in with that Bucky. West Virginia unfortunately takes out Scrim, and Chrome still holding it out. Oh! Kapumba takes out one, Chromes takes out one, Kapumba takes out another, and now it's down to a 2v4. How could this possibly happen? I did not anticipate this. Oh, Mohit takes quite a little bit of damage. Chromes missed that shot, but Kapumba just holding down that smoke gives some damage to Mohit. And now it's just a matter of peeking, and Mohit!
Spike down.
An 8 HP clutch. Is it possible? I don't think he knows that Genji is at spawn, but let's see it through Genji's eyes. See Genji making his way. This could be perfect. But now Mohit has the info that Genji is going for the spike, has gone for the spike, taken it. Neo just slowly clearing that area. You can see Mohit making his way. Mohit, look right! He's right there, all yours. And gets the clutch! Well played, Mohit. Putting another round on the board for his team. Mohit, that was the legendary clutch. You have my hearty congratulations. Chrome still going for that Mimi gun, the Bucky. Gets revealed, and the counter spam from the Ares. Chrome's using that blast back to make noise, using the raise bomb to create noise as well, and he gets an entry into sight. Chrome's now near sight. West Virginia taking out Kapumba near A. Genji good for one, Lino good for one, and Chrome gets taken out by Mohit while Lino takes out Pullout. Now there's so much going on at the B side, it's hard to know what's exactly happening. But Scrim getting that heal. Also sees Mohit. Takes that peek, damages him a little bit, but does not get any efficient or useful damage. We see Genji holding that angle. Oh, Titus and Scrim just holding it out at A. I think in this case, it's a game of who peeks first, who decides to go A main. And we see Scrim holding heaven, clearing every angle possible to make sure that there's that he doesn't get eliminated by a ratty spot. But now he's given himself away, and Titus can hear him retreating. Genji making his way onto side, while Mohit is making his way through A main. I think no, he's going for the mid wraparound, while Titus is going for that CT push. Quite a slow round going on right now. Scrim holding out CT, and Titus making his way through mid. Titus sees Genji, and Mohit trying to play shots, gets picked off by Scrim. Now it's down to Mohit. We've seen him clutch this before, but Scrim bests Mohit in this case, winning the round for his team. 2-6. Well played to Scrim. I feel like that round was extremely catastrophic, especially because there was so much going on, and there were so many mistakes that both teams made that neither of them were able to capitalize on, which was quite distracting for me as a caster to look at, because there's so much going on that you kind of start analyzing where each team could have done better. For example, I don't think Genji really had to peek that, even though the Astra was blinded. Now at A for the first time, and Kapumba with the spike near B, which is quite strange. And we see the push coming in from Pullout and Mohit. Just waiting for that mid push. Kapumba, if you peek now, you would be able to do wonders. He hears one mid. Scrim takes out Titus. West Virginia, good for Genshi, and Scrim takes out Crew 3. Now down to a 2v4. Pull out. It's all up to you. I don't think it's possible though. Get the knife. Get the other knife. Now down to a 1v2 and literally 1 HP. Nothing he could possibly do. I think in that moment of time, he was just moving way too fast to see anything that was really going on. But hey, it's okay. Now we see the A main push, and the weird part is the spike is always on the other side. Genshi using that ult, and Kapumba also using that ult.
Found one.
Genshi gets taken out by Toxic Smith, and at the same time West Virginia good for one, Titus good for one, and now it's down to a 1v5 with Scrim on the other side. Scrim takes out West Virginia and takes 0 damage. If he is able to pull this off, it would be a legendary clutch for his team. Not that they really need it, everyone's eco is fine except maybe for Genshi and Reno, but everyone else is good. Scrim can use his ult and buy his teammates. About to get pulled, but he's making noise in the CT area. He's just disconnected.
Hey.
30 seconds left.
Just kind of admiring his gun, maybe not wanting to clutch it out. Makes his way
No
through
charges
heaven.
left.
Mohit just holding out that garden area. Scream, you just have to peek right. Oh,
Nailed them.
takes out Mohit.
10 seconds.
Scrim takes out Titus in an insane flick. Gets blinded by Sumit. Knows that Sumit is on the right side. He can hear him. I don't think he expects him to be right there. But Sumit pests him and gets that pick. Now, thinking about the eco, I think New Order is doing quite alright. Scrim can buy another person if he so chooses to, because if he buys half shields, then it guarantees him a good 0 credits for that round, but it would still be beneficial for his teammates. And Rome's, I think, partially disconnecting, but he's back. Going for that B main push, and you see Genshi going for that wolf. But, oh wow, that is quite a useful lineup. Uses the blind on mid and pushes mid instead, using his abilities. Toxic Sumit taking out one. Rome's takes out one. West Virginia taking out Rome's. Pull out, good for one, and now it's down to a 1v4 again. The number of times I have, kind of seen New Order versus Lethal Esports in a clutch situation is more that I've seen Lethal Esports in that clutch situation, and normally they have been able to clutch up, as we saw them play with NxTLvL Esports, in their last round, what qualified them to the finals. But I'm not exactly sure it guarantees them a good spot here. West Virginia takes out Lino, and yeah, an eventful round again, playing skillfully with their abilities. And looking from an eco perspective, I think both teams are well off.
Placing swarm grenade. Turn out. Placing swarm grenade. Alarm bot out. Get out of my way.
Deploying drone. Enemy.
Oh wow. New Order making their way from mid-market. Scrims takes out Pullout but also takes quite a bit of damage now that he's down to like 100 health, takes 50 damage. Oh, West Virginia takes out Scrim with some help from Titus. And now we see Chromes right there.
Last player standing.
Oh wow, Kapumba gets that spam and Chromes is just holding that area down with a Bucky. Titus spots him but doesn't have the reflexes to kind of push that. Oh wow.
Switching sides.
I think they tried to kill themselves there, but it's not possible.
Need a drop. Thanks. Revealing area.
Going for that A lineup, which I don't think anyone quite anticipated. We get Toxic Summit detected, but they're slowly making their way into and through the smoke, just kind of clearing vines along the way, and we see Genshi holding down that mid area. Now all the players from New Order have retreated to A, but now down to a 5v4 with Lino taken out. Kapumba gets spotted. Scrim take good for 1, good for 2 actually, but takes a bit of damage as well. Okay, good for 3, but gets taken out by Mohit. Oh,
Player standing.
pull out, goes for that right click and doesn't plant. Trying to make his way there. And Pullout knows that he's at heaven. Kapumba, you saw his gun! Pullout goes for that opportunity.
30 seconds left.
Just kind of counter strafing around the box to play with his food. Pullout going for that plant.
Spike planted.
Play from both teams.
I got enough time to go into the astral form? Heading to the above.
Oh wow, I think they anticipated a B push because there are 4 players. Kenshi peeks out but gets taken out.
Spike dropped.
Now quite a lot of action on the side. We see 2 people get taken out, a trade secured, and down to a 3v4 where New Order is not doing so great. Not doing so great at all. Now down to a 2v4 with Titus taking out their jet. Also see Lino just waiting behind boxes for Kumba to rotate. Lino takes out Mohit. Titus takes out the other one. Lino just playing it safe, playing around the box, but I
30
don't
seconds
think
left.
he expects that wrap around from Toxic Sumit. Toxic Sumit around the corner and just gets him. Now down, now up 5-9. I feel like on attack. On attack, I feel New Order was much more strategic, but Lethal Esports definitely is able to make that noise. Scrim holding down that mid, and we see Titus on that Killjoy. Lino doesn't know he's there, but gets a shot and gets him quite low. Now Genshi sees him, gets the trade. Lethal Esports is Toxic Sumit getting a few kills.
Flash out. Blinding.
See Mohit going for the round, and now New Order have to decide what they want to do. Oh wow! Going in for the double satchel, but gets taken out. Pull out good for 1 and 2 with that wall bank, securing a 6-9 start to the next round.
Right here.
Going for that mid recon, and we see Titus take out Genshi. On that Marshall, I don't think he anticipated that the aggressive play would backfire. I don't think they even realize that no one is in vines.
You should run.
We see the attacking Killjoy ult. Pullout takes out Lino with a gun that's incredibly strong. Room's breaking down the door, and Scrim just kind of waiting for
Spike planted.
West Virginia taking out Kapumba, and now it's down to a 2v4. New Orders players are gonna have to play this out very smartly. They have to play
here.
in and around smokes, while Chrome's is kind of stuck in that corner with a Bucky. If he chooses to peek, he would be able to see West
There.
Virginia.
There.
West Virginia taken out by Chromes.
Player standing.
Toxic Sumit good for 1 by taking out Chromes. Scrim has the Odin, could potentially break this whole round down for them. Yep, and gets both of them while pulling up the off. Probably the most important gun they need to turn this around for themselves, because the attacking half has not been treating them kindly. Lethal Esports players Just trading phantom
Can I
skins,
get
back
this?
and forth, from Oni to default to default to Oni to Oni, and oh wow, some action is about to go down as we see the players of both teams pushing, but
Enemy kill.
now down to a 3v3. I don't think there's much both teams can do. Closing the door to mid, we see Lethal Esports just pushing up mid top, and I think New Order's players are anticipating this because Lino runs away just in time and gets one,
One
gets
enemy
two.
remaining.
Now it's all down to West Virginia to make an impact. Gets one. Now Scrim going to peek out from heaven. He's able to hold down that angle and gets the kill. 7-10, securing victory for the round. And Scrim, I think he's the MVP of the match, going 20-11, making the biggest impact by far in this tournament.
There. 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 Satchel out.
Neo going in for that Oh, I think he saw Breach's foot. I think he saw Mohit's foot,
Gun
but
here.
could not really do anything impactful there, especially because of this awkward Astra ult. New Order's Kapumba making his way through mid. Pull out good for 2 this time. And Scrim holding down mid. Sees Mohit, takes out Mohit. I don't think it expects Mohit, but he gets the double. Takes out the drone as well, holding down that mid area. Lino good for 1, and now it's down to a 2v3. The impact that Lethal Esports just had is now completely broken down because now they don't have a numbers advantage anymore. We see both players blinded, and Scrim kind of gets some damage taken and pull out, take out
One enemy
2
remaining.
people. Give him 1 more kill. The man has an ace. Both players at full health and full shields as well, waiting for that arrow to go so he can
30
have some
seconds
impact.
left.
Ults pull out, making his way up mid. Make his way up. I think he sort of anticipates him just sitting there. Yes! But pull out gets the clutch, securing it for his team. Timeout coming in from Lethal Esports, which is quite unanticipated because in my opinion they were doing extremely well on attack, and I think it's just time to kind of evaluate the performance we're seeing from New Order's newest player, or not newest but their star player, Scrim. He's doing exceptionally well. The man's aim is unrivaled at this point of time, and even though New Order is having the numbers advantage, they are still unable to kind of push back against Lethal Esports. You can see Lethal Esports come all the way back from 4-8 to 8-10, which is not an easy task. In the matter of 6 rounds, they have gone from having a huge disadvantage to a slight disadvantage. I mean, even in terms of eco, I feel like Lethal Esports is doing phenomenally well, except maybe for Mohit, even though he had sort of the most impact in that round. I think the real deal right now is to just watch Kapumba flip his knife around. I mean, not much you can do when there's a very large gap for a timeout. Scream still stuck in the same position.
Here.
Wait,
Here.
we just ask them to unpause and we should the round begin. Now we see Lethal Esports players go for that A push. We see that West Virginia gets spotted by that, and we see Astra on the op, which is something we haven't quite seen before. But yeah. Pull out breaking the sky dog, making quite some noise. Mohit pushing his way onto A lane. But we also see that Lino is sitting right there. We've seen what Lino is capable of, but
One down.
oh wow, Lino gets taken out quite faster than anticipated. And West Virginia just making sure that no one else speaks. But we already see that Mohit is kind of pushing up heaven. Kapumba on heaven, making his way onto the left side to kind of make sure that he kind of gets the right click and secures the trade for his team. New orders Chromes gets
30 seconds left.
one. Toxic Sumit gets the trade. And now it's all down to New Orders players on an eco round to kind of have all the impact.
One enemy remaining.
New
Spike
Orders
down
Genshi
A.
good for 2.
10 seconds left.
Now down to one knife. I think he's going to challenge him.
Thirsty.
Genshi good for that. I think the whole point was to bait Scrim because right now he's not experiencing the best ping, but New Order have done a pretty good job to play around that ping diff that they have with their star player gone. Now Genshi holding it down on mid. Oh wow, and there goes
Get out of my
4
way.
people through mid. Genshi good for 1. Is he going to
Spike
repeat?
down mid.
I think so. Good for 2. Misses that one shot, and I think he needs that support because he's just running and gets taken out by pullout. But that was very well played from him because that made all the effect. New Order's Chromes getting a lot of damage on him, and Lino making his way over there.
Last player standing.
And now it's all down to Kapumba.
Got to target as obscuring vision.
Pullout going for that. Pumba's just gonna have to
Concealment.
smoke that. He sees the mentor and he gets the clutch. 8-12. Now only one round to win. Secure the op as well.
Match point.
Now at match point, I think Lethal Esports is going to have to up their game just a little bit. Oh no, Kupumba. Almost chucks the op away, but
YB
gives
fam,
it
going to
to
Astro
Chromes,
to do them
the
Astro
resident
Guardian
Bucky
things
player.
like- rise and bring glory. Up I go.
Makopuma placing a start, and we see Lethal Esports players all at A, and kind of
Initiated.
Lethal Esports making their way. Oh wow! New Order Scream just knifed Mohit. West Virginia gets the kill. Roam good for one, and Sumit gets the trade. We see that Genshi, unfortunately, the first to get detained. Lino gets that trade,
Seek
and
them.
he goes for the
Last player standing.
Boomba getting that kill that made the most difference. And New Order wins the first map Ascent with a sweeping 13-8 victory. Well played to both teams. Very well played to both teams. And New Order screamed the man of the match. Very well played, players. You have 5 minutes before we start the next map. Kindly switch your sides. Lethal Esports is attacking and New Order is defending. Drums, you're gonna have to switch your team. I mean your side. Anyways, folks, we'll be back shortly in 5 minutes before the next game starts. Alright everyone, welcome back to map number 2 Bind, with New Order on the defense and Lethal Esports on the attack. Now I don't think I've seen either of these teams pick this map, because Bind has usually been the map where scores are settled. Bind is the map where you have the ego piece, you have all the lineups, you have the teabagging, you have the elements in each and every aspect that makes Valorant toxic, that makes Valorant fun, that makes Valorant. Anyways, let's dive in. Give me 2 minutes. And that gives us a few minutes to kind of evaluate what just went down in that custom match. We saw Scrim kind of pull out a lot of tactics that are very notebook, that are very stereotypical of a jet main. We constantly see the opping, we constantly see the ego peaking, but in this case, I just feel like it wasn't his game sense that helped him out, but just that all aim, no brain mindset that assisted him in this case. Because when you look at some of those clips, when you run it back, you see that he has evolved into a completely different creature. He has evolved into a player that's just all aim, no brain, just constantly shredding each and every one of the server. He ended the game with 27 kills, and the second MVP, I think that was I think that was uh, West Virginia of the other team, or Mohit or Sumit, one of those three from the other team, who had 20 kills. So you can really see the big difference that Scrim had on this match for his team in particular. So I think it's going to be very interesting to see how he's going to perform on Bind. My expectations from him are really high, and I do not absolutely think he is going to let us down. Now, Lethal Esports bringing in their sixth man, and they are ready and good to go. Let's jump right into the map. Good luck, players, and let's see what goes down. We see Scrim coming in with that Phoenix pickup. That is not what I expected on a map like Bind, which is so close quarters. But again, it makes sense because it is close quarters. Normally, when you have a jet player, they aren't the... Oh wow, coming in with Sky, and we now see Titus picking that race. We saw Titus on the race once, if I'm not wrong, on Breeze. Not Breeze, I'm sorry. On Icebox or Split, one of them. And the play style was extremely impressive. A Sova and a Jet coming in from Lethal Esports as well. And now we have a confirmed team with Sky, Raze, Sova, Astra and Jet. A team that's very versatile and can do anything. Oh, and Lino going in for the absolute Pepega lock-in for Yoru.
Select your agent.
Now it's all up to Kapumba. Kapumba, you have to make sure you pick an op. Oh, and I think the only player we are missing on both team sides is someone to watch the flank, someone like Cypher or Killjoy. But at the same time, they have substituted that player, that character, for either Sova or Sky on attacker side, or for Lethal Esports, or or just Sova on New Order sides, which is also quite a smart move since Sova is much more usable. However, that's all fine and dandy as long as we see some good quality gameplay from again both teams. And as I said before, it's going to be an amazing game.
Need equipment. Need equipment. Thanks.
Now going in for that B long push on a pistol round, quite unanticipated, but we see New Order kind of prepared and Lino going in from long. That was quite a big sky flash, but they break the wall successfully from 2 walls. Well, 1. All players out, pull out, get for 1. Titus good for 1. Diffuse going for that spam. New Order's Chrome good for 1. Fuse good for 1 as well. And now it's all up to that one Yoru player, Lino, to make the impact.
Spike
Goes for 1 right click, goes for 2, wastes, but it's all fine and dandy. We see Lethal Esports kind of going for that A-B split push because we see Diffuse going to make noise at lamps. This could also just have caught on to players like Lino and Kapumba just to kind of fall back and have that that leverage. Lino gets spotted by Diffuse, gets taken out as well, and New Order Scrim takes out 1, Titus takes out 1, Kapumba gets a trade, now down to a 3v3. Chromes gets 1, Mohit gets the trade. Now it's going to be shocking to see how these two play.
1 enemy remaining.
I think a little stutter came in from one of the players' sides, but that's all fine and dandy, that's no problem.
Blasting them.
Now Lethal Esports performing much better than I actually expected them to. In my opinion, I thought New Order would kind of dominate the first few rounds as they did in the previous match, going 3-0, 4-0 and then finally dropping a round in the 5th round, which is quite impressive. Even in pro play, it's hard to kind of maintain that kind of momentum. Now Lethal Esports, we see that Sky Recon always coming, and Diffuse going in for that pick, gets the pick and now changes his gun. Lethal Esports going great with the 6th player coming in. Kapumba stuck at Heaven and now he's able to get away, although everyone knows he's Heaven. Chrome's good for 1 by taking out Titus and now down to a 4v4. Diffuse gets spammed, Scrim gets 1. Now Diffuse as good as dead, but no, he is not. Kapumba can hear Brim at backside, sees him as well, but isn't able to do anything. And Genshi is still on the B side, not quite sure what's going on there. Mohit good for 1. Scrim also good for 1, and Mohit now going for that Diffuse in the smoke. Mohit coming in through the smoke and gets him as well. Genshi, what is going on? What? Oh wow, that round was quite eventful. If anything, I did not at all think that New Order would be able to win that round because it's quite alarming. So I think it's safe to say that New Order played that out quite well. Now Benchi and Lino pull down that teleporter area, but Clones gets that big on Diffuse. Now I think that's going to be quite alarming for Lethal Esports because Diffuse is the one who is getting them entry, as you can see in the scoreboard.
Spike down A.
Titus gets that spam down. Now it's down to a 4v3, but again, it's better that Chromes is dead than alive.
Open up the sky.
He knows that there's a drop coming. He takes that. Has the op at the ready. Whiffs that shot.
One enemy
But
remaining.
gets him, and now it's all up to Titus. But I do not think Titus will be able to get it. Lino gets that spray down, and it's now tied. See that a shower push from Lethal Esports, which has proved quite useful. Chromes gets more hit, and I don't think any of them were aware. It's better to spectate him now while we still can, folks. Chromes,
Here.
I think he's going to have a hell of an impact. Yes, he will. Takes out 2, and we see that Kapumba goes in for that spam. He's heavily damaged both of the players. And now it's only down to a matter of who's going to peak when and who's going to peak.
One enemy remaining.
Who gets 3 and 4? Room, you monster. The Lethal Esports' players all assembled outside B, sort of like an Avengers movement to kind of conquer B. They're on a conquest to conquer the B site. Oh wow, we see that Chromes tries to get that peak but is unable to. Kenshi walls off long, but now has no way to go. I think that's he does.
Here.
Mohit takes quite a lot of damage after killing Lino. Pull out, good for 1 as well. And now it's down to a 4v3.
I've got your trail.
Leave at a numbers advantage. 4v3. And Kapumba goes in for that AD spam, but I think Mohit has
Pulling
counter
them
that.
in.
Kapumba isn't quite able to do anything. And they have retreated onto the B side with Titus claiming land. I don't think they expect him. They don't. Goes in for that shot. Pulls out the
One
off.
enemy remaining.
But gets taken out by Titus. Titus right now on that spree, that rampage.
Satchel out.
Gets the last pick. Gets the first as well as the last. Always wanting to have a say in what goes down in the round. Just showing especially how vocational he was in this round. Now Chromes again just kind of imitating what Scrim did in that last round, you know, kind of saying, hey, you're my idol, you know, I want to impersonate you. and gets that lead, gets that MVP lead to those people. Link split again. Now Chrome still holding that cover area. But takes out Chrome. Runs to cover, and now I think Genji is gonna wall. No, Genji does not
Spike
wall.
down A.
Instead, Genji gets revealed. They gets a pick, and it's able to remain useful. It's gonna be interesting to see what the Fleet Coach does here, because now they're at a numbers disadvantage. See Lethal Esports make their way up from long. Defuse gets one, gets taken out, and Mohit gets that trade. New order Genshi in TP, not stuck there, but more kind of staying there. New orders Kapumba is kind of pushing his way through teleporter, and now Jones misses that shot, gets dinged.
30 seconds left.
Pull out, going to catch the flanker.
Last player standing.
Does not land a shot and instead gives away his position. Not too great for him in this case. He gets a kill. Gets taken out, and New Order secured this round in the bag.
Oh, was that important? No. Go see.
Ready.
Lethal Esports now, I think they've been forced
Here.
back on an eco. Well, just two players, but I don't think you can count them out. The Jet Art! And no, you cannot. You still cannot. Defuse gets 2 kills, making all the difference, even though New Order had the eco advantage. You see the dogs coming in from full out.
One enemy remaining.
If he's dropping a gun, not really, no. And now Genji stuck in TP, but not really. He's out, gets taken out by Sumit. Well played. Now we can see that Sumit is going to go for that drone, and Chrome's still going to push into Kabi, I think. Does not land that shot and gets taken out instead. And Chrome falls back into territory with his teammates. Kapumba gets Sumit, the person responsible for that first drone in, and kind of like assassinated. Yeah.
Spike planted.
You are divided.
Fuse takes out Scrim. And he's holding that area down. Good for 3. Now Lino making
Last player
gets
standing.
taken out. Kind of misses that shot. And I don't think Genji is going to hold it down.
Guy killed.
Genji goes for
One
the
enemy remaining.
Gets the kill. Genji heal. I don't think it would be advisable for you to peek now. It is! New Order Genji secures the round with a 5-4. A 1v4-1 and an eco got him back.
This is what I trained for.
You say decided to save that ult because eco doesn't matter, numbers do. Finally caught on to that notion. New orders. Genji's pushing up.
Using area.
And go for that jet art. Diffuse not being able to take out anyone. And just I don't think I jinxed him. I just gave him an ego boost because he beat that. He got a kill. Well played, Diffuse. Lino taking
Spike down,
at
B.
A. Diffuse
One
securing
enemy
the
remaining.
trade. And now New orders. Genji
One enemy
down
remaining.
in that clutch situation again. He has the ult ready.
Your duty is not over.
Only up to Genji and he gets it! 6-4. Well played, both of you. Going for that A rush, I think this
Get out of my way.
he's supposed to take. Titus gets that pick on Chrome.
Satchel out. Here comes them.
That's not his style, but he sees no one. Look to your right, Titus. Look to your right. Behind you. Gets taken out. Now, I make all the difference he can. Toxic Sumit goes for 1, good for 2. Picks up a gun and Genji gets that little flying kill. Genji, if you do this again, you're a monster.
Healing you.
Getting that heal through the smoke, just very important for both Genji as well.
Last player
Genji gets
standing.
taken out by Diffuse, it's all down to Kakumba. Down with an Odin. It's gonna be quite an easy round, I feel. They know where he is. I don't think Diffuse wants to push him just yet. But we see that Mohit is just waiting for him to peek. But takes that gone, but gets taken out by Diffuse as well. Well played by NxTLvL Esports. Very well played.
Last round in the half.
NxTLvL Esports players just over there out there. We see Lino try to get that info, but he's unable to get it. I think he forgot to place his teleporting little squid to kind
For
of
you,
just get
I've got
back
your
to
trail.
that spot.
Last player standing. Flawless.
And Esports has done it. They've made that 2-round comeback.
Switching sides.
Now down to a pistol round on map 2. I think the one to watch in this case on New Order side is going to be Chromes and Genji. I feel like Genji on the stage is extremely beneficial on this map, and that's completely changed my perspective.
Here. Here. No. Bomb buddy out.
Oh, that's quite a lot going on. We see Genji going in, we see Lino smoke come out, Pullout going for that, and still gets taken out. But I mean, Pullout takes out, gets taken out, a whole trade happens. We see Diffuse
Spike
slowly
planted.
making his way into lamps. I don't think he knows that Chromes is waiting right there with probably the most jump scare gun. Whoa! Now at a numbers advantage, I think it's going to be quite easy for them to win this round.
One enemy remaining.
NxTLvL Esports is able to take that And Lino making his way through showers and gets taken out by Sumit. Well played pistol round. I think the most important aspect of that round was Pullout's flash. Had his team capitalized on that, he would have definitely been able to. The team would definitely be able to make a huge impact there, and I guess maybe even win. But I mean, they definitely did win, But that's not to say that they couldn't have won earlier. There were definitely a lot
Here.
of things that could have been capitalized. Making his way on to the long, we can see Diffuse is waiting there again, and that's a free entry into.
Spike planted.
Good for one, good for two, but now low. I think he's gonna fall back and wait for the sky heal.
Recovering
He
it.
does wait for
Taking
that
that
sky
back.
heal.
Knocking them.
One enemy
Oh.
remaining.
Okay, quite a lot happened in those 3 seconds. Let me recap for you. Kapumba took out one, Kapumba got taken out, and so did the other remaining member of New Order, which, if I'm not wrong, was them.
Need a drop. Thanks.
Bomb buddy out.
I just holding out, look, takes out one, gets taken out, and now I think we're seeing Diffusers holding that angle. You can also see that Mohit and Pullout are still at that A side. Genshi takes out Sumit with probably the most powered
Bye.
weapon.
No charges
the glass skin is here. Diffuse good for one, but gets taken out after taking some insane damage from Kapumba and then getting that final tap. But yeah.
Got the spike.
Making their way onto the A side with Lino just making a distraction, but I don't think it's a distraction in this case. I don't think they realize it, but the spike is at B. They should be running.
One enemy remaining.
No, you cannot just dapper the man. You cannot just run and dapper the man. It's not allowed.
Holly.
Neo, oh wow. Quite an unanticipated molly, but it works. I'll allow it. The info that Yoru is at elbow. Again, you go for it. You go for it again. I think he was blinded. He was blinded, but Scrim gets that trade. Now 7-8. That was a very well played round from New Order.
Open up the sky. Launching smoke. Stim beacon here.
Okay, so that was quite a fast-paced round. Genshi gets the pick on Mohit, and
Enemy.
Fuse gets
Spike down A.
good for 2 this time, and Sumit gets that pick on Neo. On Chromes. So I think this round is going to be quite eventful. We see Lino making his way through the back with a Spectre.
Last
Now,
player
I don't
standing.
think what he realizes is that there are around 2 or 3 people backside. Now they've gone back. Making his way through backside, he picks off Diffuse, just waiting for those guys to peek. But don't take that. But they didn't take that bait. Titus does though, and he doesn't die.
Scanning ahead. Right here. Right here.
Now up to 9. New Order is performing exceptionally well. They are the ones attacking. I did not expect the attack half to go that well, especially because Bind is such a defense-based man. New Order is kind of quickly making their way on the side. Takes out right, pull out, takes out Genji,
Spike
Diffuse
down,
takes out
B.
Kabumba, Scrim takes out Diffuse, pull out takes out Scrim, Chromes takes out pull out, and oh wow, from a 5v5 to a 5v4 to a 4v4 to a 4v3 to a 4v2 to a 2v3 to a 2v2, this has been quite an eventful round, but I don't think they've realized that Spike has already gone to A, making their way through hookah.
One
And the
enemy
Spike carrier
remaining.
gets killed.
Spike down B.
Decoy.
He knew they were there. I do not understand why he would kind of peek out from there.
Right here. Right here.
We see New Order go for that A push again. And unfortunately, forget. Oh, Jones just kind of put an end to that. Jones gets one again. Kapumba gets one, and now it's down to a 3v2.
One enemy remaining.
Chrome gets one more, and now it's all up to pull out to kind of make the difference in this case. I kind of thought Lethal would have this round
Headshot.
in their hands. Okay, they may still have a
Spike
chance.
planted.
From a 5v1 to a 4v1 to a 1v3.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Uses that time, but gets taken out. Does quite a bit of damage. Deals quite a bit of damage to Chromes. But unfortunately, is not able to secure that kill that was needed. Making their way through split again.
Get out of my way.
Genshin pushing up Puka. None of them are expecting a double jump, but they do get taken out. Takes out Titan. Diffuse takes out. Diffuse gets very damage. Now reloading. He realizes he's in some trouble, and he is overwhelmed.
Blinded.
Last player standing.
Line, but isn't quite able to make it.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining.
Why would you do that if you knew he was right there and he's not gonna peek? Mohit just slowly making his way. We've seen Mohit on the
Taking that
Astra play exceptionally well. He
Spike
now has the
planted.
info that Scrim has planted on the B site, and now it's all up to him to make that difference. 8-10 to 8-11 or 8-10 to 9-10. It's quite a suspenseful round. Scrim is just sitting behind his smoke. Behind. Mohit is anticipating an elbow.
Obscuring vision.
I have a feeling. No, he does not! Barely misses by 5 HP!
Clutch.
Hey people, come on now. I'm anticipating my congratulations. Right there. I got enough time to go into the astral form.
Titus is disconnected. So it's not going to be a big problem. Never mind, it is a big problem. I just went through a little for the past round. I think even though Mohit is not the MVP and Fuse is on the top of the leaderboard, in terms of abilities, in terms of gameplay, gunplay, just kind of helping his team out, Mohit has had the most impact. While Fuse has been amazingly well placed at making a big difference in just kind of in clearing sight and stuff.
Who's next?
Trying to get him to get that info. I think it'd be amazing to spectate and see exactly what kind of info he's getting. He's placed oh, he has not!
Take flight.
That did not go very well.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Spike
that
down
is very
A.
painful to watch. Pull out. You can't do this to. Oh, okay, you can do that to yourself.
Long.
Definitely. But not to him yet. Titus, thank you for coming to my
What I like
rescue.
to say.
Match point.
Here. Here. Hawk out.
Prepare for hellfire!
Hawk out.
Spike down A.
Wow.
Knocking them. Concealment.
One enemy remaining.
Mohit, good for 3. Mohit, if you will end this game with 20 kills, I swear to God, I will do everything in my power
Spike.
to gift you some, and
Defenders
he's done
win.
it. 20 kills. Right then. GG, well played to both teams. Score
Yeah.
is now 1-1. GG, well played. Next map is Haven, where Lethal is on attack.
Wait,
On
Lethal
defense,
is on
bro, I
attack,
think.
defense, right?
There is defend.
Lethal is on defense for Haven. Just quickly switch sides, guys. Now the score is 1-1. And I think now we can see that the competition has been, well, not pummeled, but it's definitely, uh, you know, been evened. The playing ground has been evened, and um, it's quite visible that both these teams are capable of playing against each other. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, starting with the third map, Haven, with Lethal on attack. I mean, Lethal on defense, and New Order on attack. See you in 5 minutes, folks. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the KLING VALORANT Final Cup. KLING VALORANT Cup today's finals, and we're going to start the third round. Let's get it. Good luck, players. Now, the attackers are New Order and the defenders are Lethal Esports. And we see the instant killjoy lock-in from Lino, the resident controller of the team, playing Sova on the last two maps. Well, Sova and Yoru. See, a killjoy lock-in from both teams and a double duelist setup from Lethal Esports. Now, I think the biggest disadvantage of having a double duelist setup on
Choose your
defender's
agent.
side is that it doesn't. Oh, and that comes in from the attackers, but I think it allows for both sides to kind of duel it out. Uh, they have the same team, so it's going to be very interesting to find out which team would be able to use their abilities to the best, and that would definitely be something entertaining for me.
Here.
Okay, so we see Diffuse going for the Sheriff buy, and we see a garage slash C push from the attackers. We see the gravity pull from there, and we see Mohit kind of get challenged. Get two, which is quite amazing for him.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Now, okay, that was a very fast-paced round. With Mohit still being the MVP of the leaderboard. He's still on the Sheriff, and we can still see New Order kind of push around their way to A. But I think Lethal Esports is doing a good job distributing their players well. Although I do not know what the deal is
Sentry.
with Mohit and
Placing swarm grenade. Placing swarm grenade. Get it. Found them. Killed my
Pull out.
boss.
Cycles on the side, causing a bit of havoc. Even with the attacker still there, just kind of spamming around in that B lounge area, or just like the garden. We see Lino kind of gets spotted by Mohit. Also see that Mohit gets taken out by Genshi. Genshi gets taken out by Titus. Titus now good for 2 kills. You can see
Out of charges.
see Kapumba and New Order's drone kind of take side. And we
Blocking
see
vision.
the plan from
That is your
one
Bye-bye.
gets 2. Now on low health, he has to make sure he plays this safe. You know, playing off his side.
One
Now
enemy
that
remaining.
both are CT,
Last player
it's
standing.
just a question of who we first.
Oh.
It's a dink. Looking at the same
Swamp
thing.
grenade. Swamp
Lino
grenade out.
good for a swamp grenade.
Target
Injures
destroyed.
pull out.
Placing swamp
Again,
grenade.
still down to him.
Swamp
He
grenade
knows that
out.
he's pushing. Pull out gets taken out by Lino, and now the odds have been even 1-1.
Turret out.
We're not equal.
Lino kind of gets that support,
Enemy
and Chrome gets 2. With Lino also getting a pick, now making a big
One
difference.
enemy remaining.
Oh no! I mean, sure, yes, but yeah. Now timeout coming in from NxTLvL Esports. I think it's kind of important to address the fact. Oh, okay. You know what? Instead of analyzing, let's just listen to this amazing soundtrack. Oh my God! Stop playing around with us, Mohit. Just stop inspecting. Stop spamming the inspect. Stop. Pause. Where's the pause button on this kid? I only use YouTube.
I'm going above.
Timeout finally done.
That'll work.
And we see that
That
Mohit
should
is
work.
placing stars for
About
a
there.
lineup.
Placing sentry.
Now we see a garage and C push from the attackers. Lino now kind of bombarded by that Mohit successfully holding down right. Gets 1, gets 2, pull out also gets 1 in the meantime.
One
And
enemy
both
remaining.
Astras now balanced out in the contribution. No, Kapumba just overpowers him. Just gets 3 kills and now gets it, and now all up to him. We've seen how
One
he
enemy
managed
remaining.
Quadra!
when it's down for him to clutch. Now that I don't think he even knows that there's an AWPer. Neither of them knows that they're crossing. I think Diffuse is just going to peek garage at the wrong time. Well, he doesn't. Lucky for him, but I think, in my opinion, I feel like Diffuse should be able to win this. After all, he does have an AWP, which is quite a powerful weapon, I think. And now Kapumba just slowly
30
making
seconds
his
left.
way onto A. Diffuse is going to catch on to this sooner or later. Diffuse Diffuse now knows where.
Here.
Diffuse is right
Spike
in front of you,
planted.
Diffuse.
You are divided!
Diffuse wins it. Well played by Diffuse, but also well played by Kapumba. His crosshair placement to get that hit on Sova was pretty extraordinary. I in all my days of being hard struck in that, I've never seen it. Now let's see an A push from the police.
Revealing area.
See Scrim going for that cloud peak because I think he knows that Diffuse is holding it. Sumit just going to be
Careful.
trying to get info. And Titus, as usual, coming in with the bomb to kind of scare them away. And Diffuse still holding that, but Scrim knows that he's there.
Chill out.
Now Diffuse making his way there through the link. Absolutely amazing.
You should
Chrome
run.
gets one. Amazing. He knows that Diffuse is right there. And we're just gonna watch this
Need that
battle
back.
for a while.
Need that back. Taking that back.
Titus gets Kapumba, but Lino gets Titus, and Diffuse is still alive. Everyone is playing outside.
There. Initiated.
In this case, Chromes is not in the best position. He's going to have to make sure that his teammates are covering him.
Swarm grenade
because
out.
he's already not in the best position. Since he's one, he just has to go for one more.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
the other!
Last player
He's
standing.
done it! Scrim has done it. He's won his team the round. I think one of the biggest mistakes in that round was Chromes just trying to push back into CT, but I think he should have anticipated that there was going to be a quick response.
Can I get it? Thanks. Placing alarm bot.
Going for a garage push again. He's getting that pick on pullout and Chrome getting that pick on tight. Lino gets spotted, Lino gets a kill and just kind of gets taken out by the right click from Mohit, and Mohit now has a gun. I don't know if it's just me, but that Immortal Buddy and the Z red variant, they go quite well
Last
together.
player standing.
Cross-head placement comes in for the
Spike
clutch
planted.
again.
Give me those back.
One enemy remaining.
Recovering it. BYB fam. Going to Astral to do them Astral Guardian things I do.
That was an incredibly fast-paced round there.
I need a stop. Concealment.
Now, Kapumba
Conceal
is
pulling them
going
in.
for the star lineup, and you can see Genji on the B side trying to make as much noise as he can. The recoil dart was not a great idea. So that's already. And Titus gets that pick on Scrim, and so does Mohit. Now Lino is right there in garage, just waiting for someone to peek. Now Diffuse, you just have to pull the trigger.
Be faster.
Not what I meant, but okay, that also works. You just kill the wrong person.
Spike planted.
Now, both of them, I think both players are aware that one is outside
enemy
while the
remaining.
other is in garage. Yes, they are! Or at least Diffuses.
Let's go.
Now, we see an A huddle,
Checking the
and if Diffuse is able to successfully get some good
Get out of
picks
my way.
from A shot, that would mean a lot for his team. Just has to wait for someone to peek. Oh! Barely misses!
Spike planted. Last player
Oh wow,
standing.
that was quite unanticipated. Thatcher's disconnected, unfortunately, and we can't stop. Guess he's just gonna have to kind of deal with it. Feels bad, but yeah. It shows.
I got enough time to go into the astral form.
Finally, Titus is back. And now the score is 3-5. See that push again. A new order gets, Kapuma
One
gets
enemy
one
remaining.
and gets two.
Last player standing.
He also gets one and pull out, gets two with the turret. Probably the most Pepega thing I've seen in the entire tournament, except for
Pull up.
that night on Ascent. Now a 4-5. I think New Order can show exactly how amazing their synergy would be.
Let's see now.
When they kind of play together.
Going astral, guys.
Now Kumba peeking out the garage. We can see Scrim right there. Spots Scrim, gets him as well. If he tries to go for a shot, but probably just a bait. Scrim, no. Okay, Scrim, I see two problems with your gameplay here. One was that you did not upgrade your Prime Vandal, and the second
Turret
was...
destroyed.
Well, the second was nothing. I just needed an excuse to say that you didn't upgrade your Prime
Killed
Vandal.
my bot.
And of course, as we all know, Um, you know, skin give hacks. I mean, hacks give skin or whatever.
You are divided!
One enemy remaining.
Pull-out gets one, doesn't
Spike
spot
down,
Lino
B.
though. Now all up to Lino.
Oh, blue killer, man.
The
My
train.
own style where I take killer. I should probably place some stars in the astral plane. I should oh. Up I go. That'll work. I am with you. We are strong.
Pull-out going for that B window spam.
Bomb buddy out.
I don't even have to do it anymore. New order constantly going for that B garage or garage C. Oh, Cloud gets the perfect spam. Diffuse gets spotted by the boomer and Clone rushes into the smoke and takes out Diffuse. Can she just outside garage gets the pick on Citrus, I mean on Titrus, and pull out good for 3 kills.
Alarm bot down.
Pull-out now has the info that his alarm bot got taken out in garage, so they can push into garage.
One enemy remaining.
Mohit good for 1 and now Kapumba just waiting to get a peek. Oh, and Pull-out has a good flank. Just has to get out or maybe even just plant, because I don't think he realizes this, but
30
his team
seconds
really
left.
needs that plant. Those 200 credits could make a world of difference.
Spike planted.
Now, playing
Obscuring
safe,
vision.
it's gonna be hard to close out this 1v2, especially now that he's going CT. He's waiting for 1 to peak, but he does not get there.
Help. Help. Help.
Last round before the switch.
Need a drop. Midasi, thanks. I should place some astral stars in this reality.
Yep, it's definitely going to be a garage
Alarm
3
bot
push
out.
again from NxTLvL Esports. I mean, from orders.
Scanning ahead.
Now, when she going for that
Nowhere
recon,
to run!
Kapumba takes some damage, Scrim takes some damage, and now they have taken side successfully. Now at a disadvantage though, there's not much new order. I mean, well, they were at a disadvantage, but now they're all
Sandra, spike planted. Concealment. Ooh, blocking vision.
Mohit just spam in time, but
Last
quite
player
there.
standing.
Now Mohit, just time for you to get out of that situation, but he has not been able to.
It is over. Scanning ahead.
NxTLvL Esports closes out the first
Switching
half
sides.
of this 7-5. Now on attack, we've already seen what they're capable of. Yeah.
Right here.
Sumit going for that lineup again, just the cheeky little bugger. Now, on site is Genshi and he gets spotted by the boombot, but the Astral Well completely breaks Citrus's beam. Now, 3 versus 4, not much New Order can do, not much they were able to do, and now New Order just there,
Spike planted. Last player standing.
2, both headshots. Now both low. He can clutch this
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
one, but does not get the other. Unlucky.
Right here. Deploying drone.
Sumit going for that drone into the garage.
Satchel out.
He does not get much info.
Satchel out.
That was quite a questionable play from I don't know why he beat that. Titus gets sucked in. Now I think the biggest problem with the Astral Well in this case is that the way it kind of pulls you in, just like from top and
Satchel
bottom
out.
is not good. Oh! An amazing shot from Titan. Amazing.
Out of charges. There.
One enemy remaining.
Now it's all up to Genshi. Genshi, you can get the kill. Is he going to go for the knife? I think he is. Do it to him, Genshi. Don't do it to him, Genshi. Don't do it to him. Don't do it to him.
No more.
Oh wow. That was
Revealing
very
area.
questionable and somewhat disrespectful, but hey, we don't mention that, do we? Now, Lethal Esports good 9-5. Yeah. Now, Lethal Esports playing split for the first time, I think in this half, in those 2 rounds. Genshi gets the stick on
Hey,
Titus,
Enemy tag.
and now all up to Sumit to kind of get that info. Now, there's a lot of confusion I have here as to what is going on exactly, because
Get
Pullout
out
could
of my way!
easily go back and kind of try to kill Scrim, but he's choosing to go on to site, right where Lino is. Now they know each other's there.
Placing
Don't
storm
think
grenade.
either of them is going to
Bomb
make a
grenade
move.
out.
Scrim is holding that angle to make sure nobody peeks, and Lino has just fallen back. Scrim gets the accidental
Last player
stick on
standing.
Pullout, and Sumit
Spike
gets
down
that on
A.
Scrim, and New Order first round. Yeah.
Should I play some stars in this reality?
You know, I think there should be some rule set. If any player decides to use a butterfly knife, their only job during the buy phase should be to spin the gun.
Placing alarm bot. Placing swamp
Back
grenade.
now. So much stuff and
Bomb buddy out.
decide the best and now order making their way too short. I don't think Moment has any idea that Genji has come from the back
Spike
and now
down
it
A.
is absolutely
One
clear.
enemy remaining.
Esports is outnumbered and New Order takes the round. Oh, come on, Kapumba, spin your butterfly knife.
I gotta visit the Astro to place some stars. Turret out.
Need a drop. Thanks. Revealing area.
That Sim tries to take but Genshin good for one, Genshin good for two. Diffuse although best Sim good for one. Sim good for two.
One
Gun
enemy
here.
remaining.
Genshi's sacrifice did not go in vain and New Order is able to make that comeback that they desperately need.
Turret out.
Sim taking that peek at long, but nobody's kind of peeking there. They're all just playing near C and A, all that. Again, she gets that peek on Sumit. And so does Scrim get a peek on Titus. Now it's just Scrim holding that area and going to decide to peek C long now.
Concealment.
Use pre-aim that anticipating that there would be an AWP there.
Here.
You are divided.
Pull out right there, but
Last
gets
player
taken out by
standing.
Kapumba good for one.
Spike
Good for
down,
two.
C.
Gets taken out
Last
now. It's
player
all up to
standing.
Diffuse and Lino. And there you have it, folks. Lethal Esports Diffuse decides to say no, you will not be having this comeback. It's going well for both teams. Very well.
Placing sentry.
He's kind of pre-aiming that, and we see that Lino is falling for that bait. He's going for that tag. I mean, yes, a couple shots, but he gets taken out by Genji. Titus takes out Lino, Scrim takes out Titus, and
You
now
should
it's
run.
all down to the 4v3 numbers advantage. That's no
Get out
longer
of my
present.
way.
Well, one person isn't present, but
One
the other
enemy
is.
remaining.
And New
Spike
Order
down
still
A.
gets that last pick. It's all up to pull out. Pull out can't do this. Has to pull out these touches before. The New Order says no, he will be coming back.
Placing sentry.
Scanning ahead.
Taking that big huge out. He damages quite a lot of them, 3 to be exact. But there's not much
One
more
enemy
any
remaining.
of them can do.
Spike down
Now,
mid.
Kroon's good for 3 and Dino good for 2. After getting a minor assist from Titus. I mean, from Kroon. Now Kroon heading up to window. And just waiting for Zumba just says, no, I'm gonna steal it, and now it's 10-10.
I should probably place some stars in the astral plane. I should do.
Turret out.
Again, we see that
Placing swarm grenade.
Lethal Esports is kind of just stuck on a sort of model path hoping to get some sort of damage while Genji is making his way down through to Garage. Now, 2 members of New Order get a kill, Dino and Chromes. And we see Scrim holding down that B entrance, and we see Genji
Out of charges.
ensure that defuse good for that one pick on Kaboomba. Now it's down to Lethal Esports.
Got him.
Defuse good for 3 now. And now even but Sim says no, you will not be allowed to do this. Not in my presence. Dino just kind of
Spike
pushing
planted.
that area.
Last player standing.
Titus takes out Sim. Dino tries to spam through the box but is not able to.
Turret out. Placing swarm grenade. Alarm bot out. Placing swarm grenade.
In kind of do that. Chrome! Chrome, you monster! Chrome good for 3! That
One
play with
enemy
the judge
remaining.
was amazing!
Spike down A.
Now all he has to do is pull out, and that would be good for all of his team members. That's it. New Order stops them.
Match point.
Now on match point, New Order has, Lethal Esports has a chance to turn this around. Even if
I got
they
enough
don't
time
have
to
the
go
best
into the
team.
astral form.
We've seen some amazing rounds in pro play where eco rounds are dominated by teams such as LG
I'm going above.
and CLG purely because they rely
Right there.
so much on
About there.
ability usage, you know. And
That should work.
if Lethal Esports manages to do that, which I'm sure they have the
Obscuring
mastery
vision.
over the agents to do so, they could possibly make a
Bomb buddy
difference.
out.
Chrome hit for 1 and 2. Chrome decides to fall back. Quite a smart choice to be honest.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
It. New
Defenders
Order
win.
takes map 3 with a 10-13 lead. With a 10-13 win. Well played from both teams, and we will be back in 5 to 10 minutes, folks, with map 3, that is Icebox, with Lethal Esports on attack and New Order on defense. GG, well played. Next is Icebox. Lethal Esports is attacking, and New Order Esports is defending. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third map of the KLING Valorant Cup. We are in the finals. New Order Esports versus Lethal Esports on the fourth map, Icebox, with Lethal Esports on the attack and New Order on the defense. You see New Order Kapumba immediately lock into that Sage, which we've seen him with clutch, which we've seen him clutch with so far, and Scrim go in for that Jet. We've already seen what Scrim is capable of playing as Jet on Ascent. I'm trying to just analyze why there would possibly be another similar
Select
lineup.
your agent.
But honestly, it makes sense. When you look at it, Viper is amazing for walling off the site and just making that impact of visibility, of covering all that.
Weapon here.
Now we see the Viper wall go up to Ice Box mid. And we also see the Zed symbol, which I think we have to admire more than any of the players. Like, leave me in a match with just the Z spray and I will admire that. We now see the players rushing our B. Oh! Oh! Take out the Q. And we see West Virginia take out Scrim. We see Kabumba take quite a bit of damage, and we see can she get picked out by the most RNG
Last
stuff
player
I've seen in a
standing.
while. Now Lino all on his own.
No poison's off.
Never seen him clutch before because he's never been in that clutch situation. It's almost always been Kapumba.
Spike planted. What a way to die.
On your left, Lino!
One enemy remaining.
He got it! Excuse me? No, that shouldn't happen. And he gets the clutch! Well played. Oh my god.
Clutch. I almost broke a sweat.
Scrim gets one and Chromes also gets one. However, they don't realize that Soba is low.
One enemy remaining. Flawless.
We were on the wrong
Sad,
side,
really.
and I apologize.
Toxins going up.
Okay, there seems to be a slight delay. I apologize. Anyways, topic to takes out one.
Last player
Gets
standing.
taken out by Chromes, and we see that West Virginia is right there, taking a heal. Just take a go. Well played. Water.
Keep them out.
Spike down A.
You see Kapumba taking a long route to kind of flank them, and we see Scrim holding that angle.
enemy remaining.
Yes! Well played. Now Scrim pushing out, and I think he knows that he's right there. He missed a few shots, but hey, it's okay. Happens to the best of us.
Going B. I have extra money if anyone needs. I have extra money if anyone needs. Satchel out.
We see holding it, and we see Lethal waiting there. So mission's short, and now we see that falling back. First already on defuse, but Chrome was that judge
Spike
shot.
down B.
There. There.
Both of them is the zipline, but it's okay. We move. I'll allow it. Scrim. Okay. Why do I never
Here.
spectate the right person? Scrim. Do something
Gun
quick.
here.
Do something quick. Do something fast. Something fast.
Careful.
Man, again. Okay, Lino, good job. You did it.
Fire in
One enemy remaining.
But you should probably turn
Flawless.
around and be your teammate, but okay then.
Satchel out.
Going for that ult, but that is kind of useless since all the lethal esports players are pushing.
Your duty is not over. My ultimate is
Now
not
we
ready.
see that
Get out of my way.
the fuse has been revived. Takes but it does not work.
Welcome to my world.
Take flight.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Now, first round won by Lethal Esports, but this was also quite fast paced and hard to keep track of.
Healing you.
Okay, can we talk about that?
More rage.
You have been doing very well. He just fought it back. Gets the dink as well, but I think he's just going to asking for a heal. West Virginia is just completely refusing to give it to him. There's not much New Order can do.
Revealing area.
Last player standing.
He's going for that updraft off shot. I don't think he sees him. Lino, don't do it! Don't do it, Lino! He did! Never mind. Very well played. All the members of New Order just kind of circulating around the map. So I think they picked up on the fact that they tend to under-rotate. I'm just admiring that lever. I don't blame you, Scrim. I don't blame you.
Spike down B.
Here comes the party. Careful.
30 seconds left.
Kill. Oh!
One
Pull out,
enemy
gets the
remaining.
kill on Scrim while he wasn't
Spike
looking.
down B.
And now New Order has a chance to clutch this.
screen
wall is
down.
gonna go down, and Chrome gets the right click kill confirmed.
Scanning ahead. There they
New
are.
order pushing into unknown chartered, into unknown uncharted territory.
Bullseye.
Okay, that was unexpected because now New Order is at a disadvantage in terms of numbers. Spot one is taken out by Diffuse, who is at mid. Kumba catches him.
Spike planted.
To fall back. Wise decision. Lino gets one. Now back to Kapumba. He's still thinking about whether or not he's there. He got it and gets the
Headshot.
kill.
One enemy remaining.
Your duty is not over.
Last player standing.
Poison
Lino
orb
knows
emitting.
exactly where Titus is. Titus gets the kill! Oh, ow.
Don't get in my way.
Wall raised.
Kapumba spots Diffuse, but Diffuse decides to fall back. Grim gets on the wall and tries to go for the right click, but does not succeed in
Spike
that.
down, B.
You know, making his way through the back, but
Poison orb emitting.
Diffuse gets that hit on Genji. And now Kapumba, peeking from the back, gets Titus, and I think he's going to fall back now. He will. Now Lino making his way through the back. Kapumba decides to peek from somewhere else. Lino
One enemy
He
remaining.
knows where the other one is,
Spike
and now it's
down,
all up to
B.
Kapumba to peek at. Let's peek at 8-3 now. The last round in the half.
No charges left.
Extremely
Last
important
round in the half.
because it is what will decide.
Get out of my way.
New Order players now rushing in again. Chrome going in for that judge, the double tackle. We've seen him do multiple times before, and he gets taken out. The Titus is made. Quite unexpected, but at the same time quite expected.
One enemy remaining. Switching sides.
Now on to the next half. New Order is leading this map. Chrome's just running away with the spike. No, you will not have this, just kind of trying to drop it away anywhere as far as he can.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining.
But not much that New Order can do in this case. I mean, there is a lot he can do, but not much right now. I think he sees him.
One enemy remaining.
The dice is going and goes for the point.
Spike planted.
Pull out gets the headshot and wins the first list round for his team.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Now all the players of KLING Esports are kind of just hunting at A, and they're doing quite well. That's Virginia gets picked off by Lino at mid.
Last
Almost
player
takes out
standing.
Lino.
I have the spike.
We call that a flying saucer or a flying unidentified object, and why is Chrome still on the judge and dominating?
Poison's off.
I don't think enough people understand. We don't talk about that again.
Last player standing.
Shot down.
All down to you. Toxic Sumiter. Quite able to connect the shots.
Here. Here.
Toxic Summit takes out Scrim and Chrome takes out securing a trade, and Diffuse gets a very lucky shot on Sophie, while Summit takes out Chrome's
Last player standing.
Next. New Order now up 12-4. Now this is
Match point.
most probably the last round, the closing match of the series. And if it isn't, I expect something flashy. However, we see a new star on the line from New Order, as I already said. The man is playing a controller role and still dominating. I'm sure he has one of the highest ACSs in this tournament, in this whole cup so far. And I wouldn't be surprised if I see him as the MVP of this match.
Watch this.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
Okay, I think I'm mistaken. I did not expect that at all.
Blocking sight.
I'm extremely sure Kenshi knows what was happening.
Thirty seconds left.
Chill out.
Order. I'm not sure about the Rico. Okay, the Rico seems fine, and Chrome's still running the whole judge thing.
Here comes the party! Satchel out.
Get spammed, but Titus does not fall back. He does get picked off though.
To run!
Poison's off.
You will not kill my allies!
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Here.
Okay, that is again very questionable. That round was very questionable.
Let's go.
Spike planted.
Welcome to my world. Ouch.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Concentrate, Sova.
Just a little more,
You failed.
and he gets it.
Right here.
Now it's not
Deep
up
breath.
to New Order to kind of sort out exactly where they're going wrong, because I refuse to believe they lose 3 rounds
Revealing
straight.
area.
Don't get in my way.
There they are.
On a round.
Get
where
out of my way!
But I think one to watch would be the Uber. Yeah. Oh wow. And they go into overtime, boys. New Order Chromes come into the side with a judge Scrim wins out the queues, and now they are finally at the numbers
Last
advantage.
player standing.
Toxic Summit takes out Genshi, but now Genshi keeps the fight.
Spike planted.
He takes out Chromes. We see Scrims on that off, and we know exactly how dangerous the man is. Man is a force to be reckoned with.
Last player standing.
Lino just waiting, sitting there. No. And with that, new order
Attackers
is
win.
Icebox, winning the series 3-1. Now for the closing ceremonies.
अगली मोल